she was an interesting figure for the Victorians because, of course, she was a native rebel against imperial rule at the time that the British Empire was facing people like that rebelling against their own rule. They play a very dirty trick on Boudica. They turn her into a prophesier of the British Empire, so she becomes a British imperial icon. About the worst thing you could do to her, I think. But they, as a result of that, we get this wonderful statue by Thomas Thornycroft on the landfall of Westminster Bridge, Boudica and her daughters, still there today. Absolutely stunning piece of artwork, and I think really encapsulates that legend and myth of Boudica for so many people. I mean, it's on the cover of my book. It's such an enduring and instantly recognizable image. And for all its inaccuracies and for all the fact that the inscriptions on it are very imperialistic, the region Caesar never knew, thy posterity shall sway sort of thing, that the British Empire will rise out of this. The statue itself, I think, is utterly magnificent. Interestingly, that statue becomes a focus for the suffragettes. I think there's a great coincidence that statue was unveiled in its final and present form in bronze in 1902, just as the women's suffrage movement is really gaining momentum. And certain suffragette societies are using it as a rallying point by, I think, at least 1906. I think crucially and wonderfully, the Women's Social and Political Union, the militant side of the suffragette movement, produce a stunning little silver brooch of that statue in 1908, I think. And there's lots of wonderful portrait photographs of a lot of the top brass of the WSPU, Emmeline and Christabel Pankhurst and Mary Phillips and Elsie Howie and all these wonderful suffragettes wearing this beautiful little Boudica brooch. I've always thought that that's a very likeable appropriation. For all that we shouldn't really appropriate historical figures for political ends, that's got to be one of the most likeable and perhaps the most influential.